Hi, Fairhaven. We're going to talk about recreational drones today. I'm Tim Schneider. I'm an amateur drone pilot. I actually have a computer engineering degree out of Clemson University. I've worked at Westinghouse Electric in Northrop Grumman, doing ground-based radar systems, and I've been doing embedded software sales for things like software that would go into cell phones or DVD players for about 20 years now. And I am a drone pilot enthusiast. So I'd like to kind of define what is considered to be a drone. It's really any unmanned aerial vehicle. You may have heard them referred to as UAVs. Typically they're remote controlled, although they can be programmed. They have a range in applications from military, government, commercial, and recreational. And probably the most familiar you are with drones would be the military type drones, and they are used for combating terrorism and then general surveillance. In the area of state and local government, we see, and even federal government, we do see federal drug interdiction, search and rescue, which we have down here on the right-hand side. We do have the criminal surveillance, traffic monitoring type of capabilities, and then environmental monitoring for illegal dumping, pollution, coastline erosion. Some of the commercial applications for drones, you may have seen Amazon talking about using drones to deliver right to your door. That can be incredibly cost effective if they can remove the UPS truck or the FedEx truck from the equation. Crop inspection, and even movie production. So let's take a look at some movie production here. And this is done with a drone. And we can see that we have kind of a floating effect. Very easy to make this type of application. Running back down. Very low cost, very easy production to get some of these very nice wide shots, and much more cost effective than what you would see in a commercial movie effort. And we can see another video of Baltimore. You can take a look at that. We can look at also the recreational use of drones, and you can see some of the drones that are very, very small to some of the larger drones, and the drone we'll be talking about today and then showing later on would be the one that's down here in the bottom right. So these are commercially available drones. You do have do-it-yourself drones if you wanted to go through the time and effort of putting them together yourself. But today we'll be looking at one of the commercial drones. It's an AR drone 2.0 from Parrot. It's relatively inexpensive, around $300 to $400. The software that comes with it, you get basic flight controls for both the Apple products and Android products. Allows you to control it like a joystick. You do have premium upgrades to do more type of movie production, image stabilization, pan and crane, and use more semi-professional movements within the drone. The technical specifications for the AR2, it is a quadcopter. It is Wi-Fi enabled, so you get a Wi-Fi hotspot inside the drone itself, which is what you connect the iPad to. It's fairly lightweight. It's about 3/4 of a pound. It does have HD recording for videos at the front. You can see the camera poking at the front. It runs around 720 pixels at about 30 or 720p at 30 frames a second. It has a fairly wide angle lens, 92 degrees, and you can either store the videos you take locally with a USB port or stream them back over the Wi-Fi to your iPad. It has a maximum speed of about 25 miles an hour. It says its maximum height is around 650 feet, but you're really limited by the Wi-Fi range, which is some of the downsides of the default drone, AR Drone 2.0. The default battery is very short, about 8 to 10 minutes. Its Wi-Fi range is basically around 150 feet. Its hull is made of styrofoam, and if you were with us when we did the demonstration out at Fairhaven, you know it cracks pretty easily, and there's no audio recording equipment. So those are some of the downsides. Some of the upsides, it's really fun to fly, but you can also get extended batteries that can boost your flight time to 20 to 30 minutes. The Wi-Fi can be extended with commercial range extenders, and probably the best part is duct tape fixes those cracks. So if you guys saw me crash while I was out at Fairhaven, you know, I have subsequently fixed all the cracks that were caused. So you can do some modifications or hacks to the drone. It is Linux based, so you can write your own programs for accessing the camera, for controlling flight, for playing with the lights, things like that. You can do modifications to the camera, to the base camera itself, bending and making it have a different downward facing angle. And then you can actually attach things like the GoPro cameras and the Nerf darts modifications out there on YouTube if you want to go look for it, and even some fireworks. My main goal is to make this into a beer delivery system, to bring a beer over to my neighbors to see if he's ready to watch the Orioles game. Now, with some of the GoPro cameras that are out there, they're very, very ruggedized type camera, very durable. They do have, 1080p video capture, 12 megapixel camera. They are Wi-Fi and Bluetooth enabled. They can go down to 40 feet underwater. They have a bunch of different attachments with sticks that you can see with the skier. You can attach it to your fishing rod, or in this case, we see someone actually skydiving with one attached to probably attached to the skydiving coach's wrist. Okay, so let's take a look at and see what happens when you put somebody like my dad up in the air with some professional skydivers and some GoPro cameras.
Hey there. What's your name?
Richard.
Richard. Nice to meet you. I'm Lambert.
Lambert, how are you?
I'm real well. More importantly, how are you?
I'm fine.
So you're actually out here to skydive, not just here to watch.
I'm here to skydive.
All right. You realize it's a little bit crazy.
A little bit crazy, but I have two granddaughters. I'm going to the grandfather.
Coolest grandkids ever. So who's the most nervous out of all of you?
Probably the least.
Okay. So who's that? All right. Good. We'll keep it a secret. Are you ready to go try? All right. Here we go. Well, how's your airplane ride going? Have you noticed? The door is wide open. Let's check. Oh yeah, it feels great. Let's check in on the granddaughters. Way back there. Now I've noticed you've placed yourself closer to the door. I guess you're going to show your granddaughters how to do this?
Well, there you go. Grandpa's gone wild. Let's talk about some of the other drones that are available out there. The DJI makes a line of drones. They're actually pretty impressive. If you see this one here, the DJI Phantom 2 Vision Plus, you may have recognized it on the news. This is the one that flew into the White House grounds. It is GPS enabled, so the whole discussion of no-fly zones around the White House and other potential targets has been addressed by DJI, but there was a software problem, which is how this drone was able to fly in the no-fly zone. It does have a pretty impressive camera. It's a 14 megapixel camera. It does 1080p at 30 frames a second. You can see its resolution, and its field of view for the camera is 110 degrees by 85 degrees. And the gimbal that it actually uses is a self-correcting gimbal, so you can set it and it will account for the wind and the bumps and everything that's out there. This drone comes off the line around $1,400. The next one we want to talk about is the DJI Inspire 1. This is more like a $3,000 drone. It has dual remotes, one for the camera and then one for the flight. This can actually record video in the 4K Ultra HD, which is the kind of the next generation of high definition video that's coming out. It has a field of view of 94 degrees, and its gimbal is self-correcting as well, and it can pitch from negative 90 to 30 degrees and pan 320 degrees. And probably one of the most impressive ones out there is the Spreading Wings S1000 Plus. It's around a $3,500 drone itself. It's ultra stable, and it comes with a nice gimbal, or professional gimbal that's a 3-axis. It's built for some of the higher-end cameras, some of the higher-end movie equipment, but doesn't actually come with any camera. You have to supply that yourself. So it's a rather expensive one, but very very good compared to, or very inexpensive compared to things like a crane or a boom, a professional movie equipment to do something like that. If you're going to do movies with drones, something like this would be good. So in home movies production, this is where you want to take your videos and do something with it. You either capture them on the USB stick and then copy them back over or stream them. You can do your editing on your iPad or even your iPhone, on your computer, add music and sound effects, and then publish them very easily to Facebook and YouTube. And here we can see in this video that the user is trimming down some movie files, and then they'll add some stills, and then I believe they'll add some audio to overlap everything, which is basically what we did. If you were there at the drone video presentation, we took the video, we chopped it to something a little more manageable, added a soundtrack to it, added some sound effects, and then tried to produce it up to YouTube. And that was the part that wasn't working, because we didn't have a good Wi-Fi connection. So we do have problems with drones. The biggest safety issue comes a couple of fold is when you're interfering with commercial airspace. You don't want to take this down around BWI and fly it down there, or up around Westminster and fly it in there. There is a privacy policy by kind of an unofficial drone user code of conduct that's shipped with every drone. The FAA has published some basic guidelines and taking some draft input, but you're never going to be able to stop stupid people. Stupid people fly drones into restricted airspaces, like the guy at the White House. Stupid people fly drones too high and they lose control. When you lose control of your drone, you really have a chance of it free falling and causing some serious injury. So with that, let's go fly.